I became a Christian in high school, and the reason I did, there was a minister from my family's church that would come by named Don Asman, and I got in a lot of trouble in high school, drinking, smoking, doing a lot of drugs, and Don would come by about every week and talk to me, and he just kind of loved me up. One day he said, "George, if you died today, do you think you'd go to heaven or hell?" And I said, "I'd go to hell for sure." And he said, "Do you want to change that?" And I said, "Yeah." So he opened his Bible to John 3. I got saved. I became a Christian. I didn't get sober right then, but I did later. So there was a 9-year period there where I went to treatment a couple times, 3 times. I got a couple DWIs, but I graduated from college. I had some really good jobs, but I had a double life going. I had the corporate life, and then I had the cocaine life on the weekends. So I got sober when I was 27. I went to treatment 3 times, and I started a string of sobriety September 17th, 1984. And this fall, playing golf, I'd wake up in the morning and I'd have some blood in my spit. At the physical, my doctor said, "Let's take a chest x-ray." Did a CAT scan. The radiologist said, "It's probably cancer. It's probably lung cancer." And we went back in, and it turns out that I had cancer, and then it had spread. January 15th is my birthday. I'm 60 years old, and I do a radio show with Bill Arnold on KTS called Real Recovery. So Mark Sofeld is our guest. Bill had booked him on January 15th, my birthday. He comes into the studio, and he said, "How you doing, George?" And I lost it. I started sobbing. I go, "How am I doing? I have no idea what to do. And I feel like I'm dying." And he said, "You are, but we can change that." And the next morning, Mark called me and said that I qualify for this drug called Keytruda, and that I don't need surgery right away. And that Wednesday I went in and I got my first treatment. But there were a couple things that happened. You get so scared, and you know that Jesus loves you and he has a plan and that he's sovereign and nothing happens that he doesn't allow. But you're alone. You are all alone in this, and you identify with the author and perfecter of our faith out of Hebrews. Jesus felt abandoned on the cross. Like I felt like I was dying, and it's like having a raft out on the lake near the shore. Every day you're farther away. You got all these people in your life, and all of a sudden this is all they want to talk about. And you know it's great, but it's like you're the cancer guy. And I just wanted to be George. I'm involved in the recovery community pretty extensively, and a lot of the people get sober but believe in a higher power and not Jesus. And Bill Arnold and I were going to write a book this summer, and we're working on it, to tell people the biblical origins of the 12 steps. But what I realized is maybe a lot of people are going to see me die with joy and dignity in the recovery rooms instead of the book signing lectures and the tour and stuff that I wanted to do. This has been the biggest blessing of my life. God's grace shows up daily. What I always thought I believed, I know is true now because I've stared at it. This freaked me out so bad, but God's there. You have no idea, unless you're in the audience and you've gone through this, how devastating this is. But to take that devastation and make it a victory, there's only one way to do that, and that's Christ. If you're thinking about this, God's talking to you. And what he's saying is, I want a relationship with you. So if I could say one thing to you, is why would you not want to do that? And I pray and hope that you do. Thanks.